Hey Soup, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So today, obviously first off you see that I have this beautiful new overlay for my channel. It's also for my Twitch as well. And some people think it's a little bit too much. Others think it's kind of cool. Whatever, it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about it, and maybe I'll try to make a new one anytime soon. Either way, aside from that though, it's beside the point. I am going to be teaching you guys today how to rune almost every single type of healer in the game, where they're going to be used, how they're going to be used, what options you have, and we'll just kind of learn some stuff today, hopefully, and we'll go from there. So really the first thing that I want you guys to think about when you're building your healer and your nuke is, or not your nuke, your healers, is where am I going to be using this healer at? Is it going to be a PvE? Is it going to be a PvP healer? And what job do I want it to do other than heal? The meaning is, like, basically if you're going to be running Colleen is not somebody that's typically really arena focused. So with someone like Colleen, it's a free-to-play healer that's really good in necro, raids, and maybe some other aspects. If you don't have Chase Soon, it's got a nice attack boost as well. So what you really want to think of is what functionality do you want that monster to have. For me, I use it for necro and in raids, so having it on revenge is absolutely key, and then for violent is also key as well. I don't put the best runes on this monster because it doesn't even need the best runes to do its job. So don't waste a whole bunch of 6-star runes and throw them into Colleen when it'll do just fine with, guess what, I got 5-star runes on all of these. All of the runes are 5-star runes. That means I don't have to compete with anybody else on my team anywhere, and I can still do okay with my Colleen. Okay, she doesn't die during raid, she doesn't die during necro, she's perfectly fine. Now a lot of people are wondering, okay, do I do speed thought too? Do I do HP defense? Do I do HP? Well, here's the thing. The only time that I would really recommend going HP is when you have a Nemesis healer for strictly arena. This is talking mainly for Beladion if you don't have anybody else. It's talking about Praha. It's talking about even Ariel could even be a Nemesis healer. Now when I say Nemesis, that means actually using 2 sets of Nemesis runes on the healer, so that way it procs even more and cuts in between Lucians and heals your team back up, right? So that's the idea of it. So typically what you would do is you would have 2 sets of Nemesis runes and then a set of will runes to go on top of it. I wouldn't recommend doing 3 sets of Nemesis runes just yet, because the will is going to be super nice for the people that are trying to either cleave you, nuke you down, trying to put a defense break on or something like that. Definitely go Nemesis, and then will if you're going to go that route. Okay, now this is going to be the arena focused part first, and then, well, no, let's do this. Let's talk about the PvE first. This is player versus everybody first. And what your general build would be, because this is really quick and simple and easy. Okay, it's gonna be speed, HP, or you could take a look at this and copy this as well. It's speed, defense, HP. You want your healers to be able to survive, and you're pretty much gonna want to always go speed slot 2, so that way they're not slugs. They're gonna be healing as much as possible, and really, if they're not healing, they're not doing their job. So they can't be slow, they can't be HP for PvE, in my opinion, unless you have really good substats on your runes. But if your monster is strictly for PvE, it doesn't need that good of runes on it. So it's up to you how much you want to invest into it, whether you want to be really good at PvE, or if you want to save those runes for your arena monsters, which is what I tend to do, and it works out just fine. So again, speed, HP, speed, defense, HP, speed, HP, defense, whatever you guys want to do. It's really simple. and then the substats will just fall into place. If you want to use it for raids, try to get some resistance. If you want to use it, you know, for other places, try to get some accuracy. It's really up to you as far as those are concerned. And the set, most of the time you're going to want to have your healers on violent, because again, the more they heal, the more they do their job. If you want to put them on swift, make sure they're super fast or decently, you know, fast. Like my Konami I use in raids, it's speed, HP, resistance, just because I want it to have high resistance, and it doesn't even need that much HP for raids that I've found, so it lives just fine. So there's really not much difference to it. The offset doesn't even matter most of the time in PvE, unless it's in Necro. I'd say you kind of want, you know, obviously you want revenge, but it's not a necessity. You don't live and die by revenge in Necro. As long as you have the violent and the, you know, the multiple hits, you'll be just fine. Trust me, you'll be just fine. Now, is there anything else I want to say about PvE? No, I don't think there's anything else I want to say about PvE. It's really straightforward. You can go swift, you can go violent. Those would be the only two that I would really recommend for PvE specific monsters like Colleen. Even Colleen, I'd probably put it on violent, but if you don't have violent, swift is just fine. Okay, moving on. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Let's go to the arena side of healers and all the options. So I really briefly talked about the double Nemesis build. Okay, now that is super effective, but we'll save that for last, and I'll really go into detail about exactly what that is, because that's more for endgame type play. So we'll focus more on just the general type play and what you guys are going to be wanting to do for your healers. So Chasen's a perfect example. Don't listen to me. I mean, I have a 0.5 rune rating in the FWA global player tier rating list. If you guys haven't seen it, it was really freaking hilarious, and my runes are really low on the list. But for whatever reason, I still make it work. So like, who cares? Who cares? So that means you guys can make it work too. For normal play, you're gonna want to have your healer on most likely violent. That's really even in what do you call it? That arena, that sky arena thing. You're gonna want to have it on violent. It's pretty much hands down. The only one that I can think that I would put on something else is Praha, because you want to have Despair on Praha for the most part to stun or like lock up somebody during her cleanse, okay, or her strips. When she strips for you, you want to have it stunning somebody. You know, that's the general rule of thumb, right? Everybody knows that. It's just basics, right? So as far as anybody else, you're gonna want to go speed, saw 2. Again, it's the really basic. You're gonna want to go HP. I'm not gonna click on that rune because you don't want to see what that rune is. But it's gonna go speed, HP. Okay. It's defense, by the way. Anyway, so HP. The reason why you want it to be HP is because if you don't have enough HP to withstand one Lucian, which is going to be generally probably anywhere between, I don't know, 7k per card up to 14k per card, depending on what level of arena you're at, it's not going to do its job. So in order to do its job, you got to have at least enough to withstand one Lucian. You're going to want it to be on Nemesis. Pretty much for every healer, you want them to be on Nemesis, because the more they heal, the more your team survives, the more they do the job. That's kind of the moral of the story is. So if you guys don't have a Necro team, I really suggest making one, so that way you can get yourself some solid Nemesis runes, so that way you can rune up some good healers in arena. If your monsters don't have Nemesis, it's gonna hold you back. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna hold you back, and you want to get that done as soon as possible. Okay, so what you're trying to do, what your main focus is that when somebody AoE attacks your team, you want to be able to cut in between whatever person is trying to kill you, heal up your team so that way the next person that tries to come kill you isn't going to do enough damage, and you're going to live to fight another round. If you survive round 1, you're pretty much you're on the up and up, and you're probably going to win the round. If not, you at least do what's called a stall win, and they take like 5 hours to beat your team, and you still win basically. So that's the idea of the violent Nemesis healer, because they're gonna just be, proc violent or proc Nemesis. They're just gonna be like healing, and then really just messing everybody up, and that's about it. Okay, so who else do we have? And this is more geared towards like the full team heals, like the 3 people that I'm really talking about right now, and Praha as well, and Ariel, and really those ones are the main ones. If you have somebody that you want to do Nemesis will on, I wholeheartedly recommend going HP times 3. That means HP in every single slot, and then as much speed as possible from just your substats. The reason being is because Nemesis is going to be boosting your attack bar enough to lack at least, 30 speed that you would get extra with having slot 2 speed, because you'd have your slot 2 HP rune and have some speed subsets on that. So it'd be about 30 speed more that you would get from this, okay? It's not worth it. Use HP on that slot, because it's going to be so much more harder to kill. You guys don't even know. It's so ridiculously annoying to say the least. So if you're gonna go HP, get some speed out of subs, and then really this is how you want the sub stat. Are you serious over there? Come on, texting, shit. Oh, okay, she's done. So really, you want to just this is the substat priority that you're gonna be looking for. Okay, substat 1 priority on every single healer is going to be speed. Substat number 2 that you're going to want to look for is HP. You want more HP. Substat number 3, I don't know why I'm just using one hand. Substat number 3 that you're going to want to look for is defense. Defense is actually really important on all your healers as well. And then substat number 4, most likely resistance. Number 5, probably accuracy or something like that. It depends on a specific monster once you get that far down. I mean, really that's it. It's super easy to rune all the healers in the game. If you want to make little tweaks to it, it's okay. I mean, it's still okay to go defense slot 4, slot 6. Don't worry about it. If that's all you have, that's perfectly fine. It's also perfectly fine to use 5-star runes that aren't even that good. But I mean, it's really okay. If that's all you have, use it. And don't wait for 6-star runes. Just boost up the ones that you have and use them, because it might take you a while to get the 6-star runes. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If you guys do have any questions though, I mean, really it's pretty straightforward. Just violent, speed, HP. It's really simple. But there are other options. I'm letting you guys know that there are other options. I don't have a single healer, yet I run a stall defense and still have decent success with it. I finished 14 last week, 7 the week before. Another popular guys you probably know, Duke BLT, can't even beat my defense. But I don't use any of the healers. I have like kind of a weird, interesting, I don't even know what to say. But there's ways to get around the healer meta, even though it is kind of stally. So as far as everything else is concerned, again, if you guys have questions, just let me know. I mean, it's really straightforward. Other than that, like and subscribe if the video helped you guys. And I definitely have been slacking off on the videos this week, so I'll probably try to post a couple more either tomorrow, the day after, and then of course on Sunday. There'll be another episode coming there. So I appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. Stay soupy. Love you guys. Don't be potatoes. you know, all the whole thing. Peace later. Bye-bye. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. If you want to see my previous video, you can click on the link or visit me on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, I just started making t-shirts, so check out my website at www.claytano.com to see all of my gamer-inspired apparel. And as always, stay soupy and don't be a potato.